Hello, everyone. This is my very first time ever going live, and I post a lot of videos and a lot of content, and it's always edited, or at least it's put through a video camera and some type of filter first. And my good friend Alex Morton, I was at his event this weekend, and he said to go live. So just in a couple seconds, I'm going to talk about 3 ways to really master your mind and to master your soul. And this is all going to be practical. You're going to leave this. This is just going to be quick, short, powerful, and you're going to leave with some definite things that you can apply right now. The same things that I start if I'm ever coaching someone one-on-one, if someone ever asks me for advice, things that will get you results. So I'm just going to wait a couple more minutes. Nice to see everyone out there. Here's what I'd love to know. Comment below where you are in the world. I would be genuinely curious where in the world that you are. And the reason, again, that I'm making this is because maybe you're new to me today and my work today, or maybe it's been 5 years and I've posted tons of content, and though it's all from my heart, none of it is live like this. And I want you to know who I am in real time if we've never met before. And cool, seeing all that. Cool, seeing everyone's thing. Montreal, Idaho, Indiana, LA, Florida, Boston. You guys are, this is so amazing. I love Facebook Live. This is so cool. I'm just going to wait a couple more minutes, and in a couple minutes, this is going to be epic. I'm having a lot of fun already. Gosh, this is so cool. So I might be doing this more regularly. Just so you know, this is my house. This is my living room. I'll give you a tour while we wait for a couple more seconds. My girlfriend and I live in a cool beach shack. This is all of our art. This is our yard here. And you probably can't really see. And I'm going to jump right into it. All right, so I was inspired to do this because I was just doing an interview with my friend Angie. Shout out to Angie. And she asked me ways to master your mind. And I want to call this Master Your Mind and Master Your Soul. Master your mind and master your soul. I'm going to wait a couple more seconds. Oh, this is so cool. Look at all these beautiful... You guys are so amazing. I feel so grateful to have so many awesome people from all over the world that gravitate to this work and support this message. And we're making this movement to make this world a beautiful, better, more enjoyable place for everyone to live in. And so here we go. All right, so number 1 is hypnotize yourself. So the thing that we don't really realize, and that we aren't taught in school or in life really, is that everyone is under a state of hypnosis. You and I are under a state of hypnosis. And you have a conscious mind and you have a subconscious mind. You don't even use your conscious mind until after the ages of 6. So what's the difference, right? So your subconscious mind is basically, we're creatures of habit, right? So we're driving to 7-Eleven and we're texting the whole time, and we don't even really know how we got there, right? Someone says, "Why'd you do that?" Well, I don't know why I did that. We react by habit. We have 65,000 thoughts in a day that go into your head, that go into my head, and realistically, we probably know and remember 12 of them, 100 of them, 200 of them. So we're hypnotized to behave in certain ways, right? We get into a relationship, and every time it gets intimate, we get scared, right? And then we sabotage it in some way, right? Something else is interesting is whenever I work with clients one-on-one in coaching, I always say, "How much money do you make?" And it's always pretty much the same year after year. Why? Because we're programmed, right? We're programmed by the media. My friend Alex Morton likes to call it CNN, constant negative news. We're programmed by music. We're programmed by teachers. We're programmed by people that say, when you have a dream, they say, "Well, you can't really do that." We're programmed by everything for positive or negative, right? I was even programmed by my dad, who wouldn't let me eat junk food when I was in middle school, and I'd be hungry and he would say, "Eat some almonds." And I hated it at the time, but I'm programmed to eat this way now. So we're always going to be programmed, right? Psychologists tell us Get this. This is going to blow your mind. 3 to 5% of your life is your conscious mind. That's your conscious actions, your conscious effort. 95 to 95% of your life is unconscious. That means it's a program playing itself out, right? Like we're on a state of hypnotism. So what I do, and what I've been doing for the last couple years, is I take my statement, my dreams, and I summarize it into one sentence, and I write it out on a card, and I carry it with me everywhere that I go. I read it every single chance that I get. Why? Because slowly I'm starting to change my programming. Every morning, I take out my journal, and if you look at my journal, it's not filled with Dear Diary. It's filled with my statements over and over and over again, right? So if you want more love in your life, I'm so happy and grateful now that I found my dream life lover, right? Or you want to make $1 million. I'm so happy and grateful now that I'm making $1 million, that I'm making $5,000 a month, that I have a new circle of friends. I'm so happy and grateful, whatever it is. Bring it into the present tense, because the subconscious only knows now. If you're in doubt about the subconscious, look at a great hypnotist. What a hypnotist is doing is relaxing you to get your conscious mind out of the way, and they're accessing your subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind controls your nervous system. It controls your organs. It controls your muscular. It controls your life. And so what we want to do is take it to the logical extreme and program ourselves. So what I invite you to do is think of your goals, think of your dreams, think of your visions, think of your desires, right? And people say, well, positive psychology doesn't work. It's because when you have a desire, like if I just come to a new goal right now, it's just a conscious thought. Do you think that people trying to be present are still 95% unconscious? Yeah, they are. You're pretty much unconscious all the time. The only reason I'm saying what I'm saying right now is because I've studied this and been doing this for so long, this type of work, that I have an unconscious habit to speak the way I do and say the things that I say. It's pretty crazy. We're basically like a video game playing itself out. And most people, you can pretty much predict their life. Not because they only deserve certain things, but because they're programmed in a certain way. It's like a car on autopilot or on cruise control going to LA. It's locked in at 70 degrees. You have 70, not degrees. That'd be interesting if it was at 70 degrees, at miles per hour. But you can change it. You can change the control. It's the same thing with a plane that's going to Sydney, Australia. From San Diego. The pilot's not consciously driving the plane, flying the plane. There's a set course that's predetermined, and the pilot's job is pretty much just to make sure it stays on course, land, take off. That's about it. So what I recommend that you do, and what I invite you to do, is I invite you to take out an index card and write your goal, your dream, your big dream, right? Something that you stretch for. And here's the second part. In mastering your mind and soul. No matter what your goal or your dream is, you're trading your life away for it. I'm trading my life away for what I do right now. It's taking my time, it's taking my energy, right? But I love it. So generally what happens is when we say, I want to be an author, I want to be promoted in my company, I want to be a healer, I want to be an entrepreneur, I want to make $10,000 a month, $1 million, whatever your goal is, right? Your dream is. We ask ourselves, am I worthy of it? You know what I mean, right? Can I do this? Am I worthy of it? I invite you to flip the question. Number one, hypnotize yourself. Number two, flip the question. Say, is this worthy of me? Find the thing that's worthy of you and your energy, right? You have the same access to infinite creativity and intelligence as Albert Einstein and Oprah and Steve Jobs and anyone that you admire. Same brain, same possibilities, right? And what happens is we settle for a lot less than we're capable of. So ask yourself, right? Look at what you're doing right now or the direction you want to go and say, is this worthy of me? Right? Not is this worthy of me or what do I want? Say, what is worthy of my energy? What is worthy of me? Because that's when you find this big, exciting vision, this purpose that pulls you, that stimulates you, right? Then the question isn't, am I worthy of it? Is this is worthy of me? And I'm going to give my life away for it, because you're trading your life away no matter what you're doing. So it might as well be something that's worth you, worth your essence. Right? You have billions of dollars of ideas within your heart, within your soul, millions of lives that you can transform, art that you can create, businesses that you can build, people's lives that you can touch, but you have to pull it out and find a vision that's worth you, right? And to couple with that, hypnotizing yourself, right? So your physical senses are these tricky things. Your physical senses are, is this worthy of me? Ask yourself that. That alone is a life changer. And your physical senses are these tricky things, because we're convinced that we're physical beings, even though if you actually break this world down, matter isn't actually solid. Everything is energy. If you looked under an electron microscope at this hat, it's not actually a hat. It's just a bunch of atoms and everything vibrating. It's just energy. But we get so tricked by, like, we have a vision, right, that we found. This vision is worthy of me, right? So remember, we're asking ourselves, is this vision worthy of me? Yes, I found something and I'm going to go after it, right? Or I have my goal. I wrote it out on an index card. I'm reading it every single day. And then what happens is we don't start to see the results with our eyes, or we don't hear them. People don't acknowledge it, or they say, no, that won't really work, right? But you would never plant an oak tree in the ground and come back tomorrow and you would say, Jake, you did a live stream and I planted an oak tree last night and it didn't grow into a tree tomorrow. Didn't grow into a tree in a week, in a month, in a year. There's a gestation and incubation period for every desire, dream, action, energy you put into something. There's a lapse time for it to manifest, for it to bring about into reality. So the goal is to, instead of be constantly reacting to our physical senses, right? When you leave here and you're like, all right, this just inspired me, I'm going for it. Then when your senses start to say, I don't know about that, you say, right? You control the images. You control the images that you put in your mind, right? As opposed to constantly being out of effect by the world, constantly being out of effect. You don't even see with your eyes. You don't even see with your eyes. At the back of your eyes, there's reflectors that reflect the images of what you see, that send electrical impulses of information into the brain cells, into your brain, and you have brain cells of recognition that decide whether you know what that thing is or not. So you're seeing with your mind much more than you're seeing with your eyes. Your eyes are just a medium or a vehicle that reflects information, which is a certain energetic frequency, a certain vibration, back into your brain cells of recognition that say what this thing is. And so what you want to do when you realize that you see with your mind is to control your mind, to hypnotize yourself, to take out a piece of paper and every day write your statement out. I am so happy and grateful now that 100 times, 200 times. One of my mentors, Bob Proctor, says write it 1,000 times a week. 1,000 times a week. Because if you're not hypnotizing yourself, you are being hypnotized by your current results or the information around you. And the third thing, do you have self-hypnosis recommendations? Yeah, I have my own that I recorded. You can record one on your voice recorder. Your conscious mind will relax more when it hears your own voice, and it'll let you seep into the subconscious. But you can also go to YouTube and type in Bob Proctor hypnosis, money hypnosis affirmations. It's really cool. You can find a bunch of other ones. John Assaraf has great content on health, confidence, on business, on all types of things. The main thing is just that you are hypnotizing yourself. There's a lot of ways to do it, is that you're doing it. And the third thing that I want to say in conclusion, and it looks like a lot of comments. I'm really grateful for everyone being here. Thank you guys so much. I'm going to say one more thing. Can the hypnosis be done by another person? Oh, it can be done by another person. That's what a hypnotist is. someone who hypnotizes you. They get your conscious mind out of the way and they access your subconscious. So someone else can do it. You can go pay a real hypnosis. I've done